What's up, y'all? This is Tyrone Stock Tips, and we are back with another episode of Leaps of Fate. We got bad news on this trade. You got to use your discretion with a lot of these trades. I ended up closing this trade out. I was up like 1,000, but I closed it, and I'm gonna tell you two reasons why I closed it. One, we have an earnings call for NVIDIA. That earnings call, forgot the date. I'll put the date in the description. But we have an earnings call next week, and it just so happened right before the earnings call, the stock just started dipping. Right now, I held here. Let me show you something. While I'm using my discretion, right? I held here, went up. I held here. So we got two red days in a row. Fine, right? That happened here, but it held this. This was my biggest concern, which was this gap fill, right? Gap fills are good when you want to make a profit, but it's bad whenever you losing profits. This was my entry point. Now, if I would have sat through this gap fill, I probably would have lost like probably all profits because with options you lose money daily, right? And if you have situations like this, even with being above, depending on how far along you're in the trade, it could lose some of its value. So let's look at it, right? A few things that were alarming to me, which was one, the MACD closed back into the red, right? It's usually a sign of some a bit of a downward trend. Look at this situation with a simple cross that the MACD did, but also it crossed the 0 point. It went all the way back to the 200 EMA, right? And that was just like what, 1, 2, 3 or 4 days. Here we cross back, you know, into the red, right? Depending, this could, it could do this and go right back up, but I'm on a time schedule. Now, if we had the earnings call and we were somewhere up here, I'd have been fine holding it, right? Because maybe the earnings call would have it would have went up and it probably would have got back to about here and then rose up, right? But we got almost a week left, and the stock went into this gap zone, and gaps love to be filled. Now, there's a level of support here, but there's no guarantee that it's going to sit there, right? I just didn't want to give back what I already had. I already was up 1,000. I was already down like a few thousand with this trade. I can show you. I sat through this entry, went up, right? It went down, went up again, went all the way down to this, and now it went all the way back up here, and now it's about to go down again. So I just took the profit of $295. I'm not proud of that. I mean, it's green, right? Green is good, but I'm not proud of it. That's like a 7% profit. Here's the trade right here. So what did I buy it for? I wish it showed that. Um, I don't want to go too deep into my account, but yeah, I bought it. Whatever, add 295. Well, subtract 295 from that, and that's what the number was. But yeah, so if you, this was how the day was when I took this trade, when I sold, right? See, I sold at about where this green line was, about 616. What it did was it dipped. Well, it started flirting with this, and I was like, if this crosses into this gap, I'm just gonna sell. It's probably not smart. It probably was an emotional decision, but it was just looking bad, and it did what I thought it was gonna do. Is lower, and I don't think the momentum's gonna stop. I think it's gonna keep going to here. I'm gonna show you like inside the 4 hour chart what I was looking at. So I saw this. This is what frightened me. You see this extremely long wick. Sure, it happened in after hours, but to me, in my mind, You see, it went all the way to the end of the Bollinger Band and to that 200 EMA, that 4 hour 200 EMA. This long wick tells me that has a possibility of tagging it. And when market opened, right? Was it at market open? Yeah, when the market opened, it hurry up and went back, went back to this portion. But once the next candle opened, I saw it eating away at this wick, right? And I was like, if this candle forms a top wick and starts to go like below, I was like, I'm just gonna get out. And sure enough, look at what happened. It just it went all the way down. And I think the next candle is probably just gonna, you know, keep going. Cause with some but I almost did this, right? Look at what this candle did after I got out. So I got out here, right? It went down here. The next hourly candle after that went all the way up above where I exited, right? And this is why it's always good to walk away after a trade. Cause I almost FOMO'd and got back in and made my trade like 100% worse, right? So it went all the way up, went down. Well, no, it started here, went all the way up, came back down. Next candle did this, did that, went down, and I was like, yeah, I'm thank God I didn't get back in, because even here when the market opens, it could easily just come back up, be a little bear flag, and then fall all the way down. Granted, it looks like supporters right here, but I just didn't want to deal with that. I'm gonna start looking for another trade. Oh, also this was another thing. One more thing to look at. EMA crosses. When you see these cross, it's like a free fall. Like um it's like the golden ticket for whatever direction you going in, whatever direction it's going in. It's almost like a push of momentum that comes after that. So yeah, that was pretty much why I got out. It wasn't a good exit, but it was a green exit, and gotta live with it. I think next time, what I'll do is see with this trade, it was like 4 or 5 grand, and I couldn't do two. See, if I had two shares, like a what you call it is a call it like a partial exit. So if I had two shares, I could have done partial exits, right? My first exit, if I had entered here, my first exit would have been okay after I don't know, after I closed the gap or probably halfway to the all time high, right? I would have had profit on the books and I would have been able to hold the second trade. So I think what I'll be doing is looking for more cheaper trades where I could do two instead of just one, because it's always going to be all or nothing with some of these trades, right? And like I said, I do this for a living, so I'm just protecting my capital. So it's a win. It wasn't a beautiful win. I could have closed with 1,000, but it is what it is. That's the end of this NVIDIA saga. Who knows? I may get back in if we find support here, but at that point, we too close to earnings, and I don't want to be a part of that. I'm sort of I love NVIDIA as a buy and hold, but I'm starting to not like it as a leaps call, because I sat through this one time, right? I sat when was this? I think I bought like a trade that did this, and then it fell here and I just kept holding, and then it dipped on me, and then I think I sold like here or something like that. So I think I'm kind of done with Nvidia as a leaps trade, simply because good news never makes the stock go up, right? When it should. It's almost like people are numb to good news with Nvidia. I love this stock, but I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying I'm not feeling trading this stock anymore as far as leaps, right? So uh I'll let y'all know whenever I have a new trade. I am looking for the next trade. You got to be patient. Patience is important. You always want to, you want to be like extremely patient, because if you're not patient, you're just going to give your money to the market and you're going to pay what you call market tuition. Okay. But until then, I'll let y'all know when the next trade is coming. Y'all like, subscribe, comment, and share if you like this material. I'm showing y'all real deal trading. Um Nothing is perfect. This is how it goes. This is the reality. Some of you would have been smarter than me and just took it. Some of you would have been smarter than me and just sold here while you were in the middle of the trade. I dealt with both directions, and so I'm not gonna deal with going back to break even. So like, comment, subscribe. Check out the merchandise at tyronestockshop.com. Also, if you want one-on-one education where I teach you how I make my options picks and stuff like that, just go to my Calendly. But until then, see y'all next time. Peace.